Hey guys, welcome back to Mo's Game Table. Today we're going to take a look inside Operation Pegasus. This is a game designed by Perry Moore and published by Task Force Games. This game was initially published in, I believe, 1979 or 1980 as a pocket game, as a lot of Task Force games were, but then eventually got a boxed edition, which is what you see on the table here. There is no back of the box text, but I will tell you what this game's all about. Operation Pegasus is a turn-based war game simulating the campaign to break the siege of Khe Sanh during the Vietnam War in 1968. Each hex is 500 meters across. Each turn lasts 1 day. Units are rifle companies, tank platoons, or artillery batteries. Combat results are determined by a combat results table. Units take losses in casualty steps of roughly 4 to 6 men. Rules are included for airstrikes and helicopter operations. Victory conditions depend on the individual scenario. So let's take a look inside and see what you get. We get our rulebook, player aid, D6, our counter sheet, some casualty records for NVA US ARVN, and our map. So let's set up the map and take a closer look at the game. And here's a look at the map that comes with the game. It is a fairly small map at 16 by 20 inches, and as you can tell, the graphics are pretty dated, but that's to be expected in a 40-year-old game, and also goes to show you how spoiled we've become with the great work that these amazing artists are doing today in our current games. Everything in green is jungle. These lighter shaded hexes are grass. The darker shaded hexes are hills. We have villages, forts throughout the map, and then we also have Highway 9, which connects everything. LZ Stud is at the top right, Kalu is to the bottom right, and then Khe Sanh Village is right here, Long Vei is here, and then Khe Sanh Combat Base is above that. On the bottom you have all of the tracks and boxes you'll need. NVA units in Laos, destroyed units over here, US units at LZ Stud, the turn record track, and the helicopter status display, which will track your available reserve, refit, and repair. And we'll take a look at the player aid that comes with the game. On this side is the combat results table, which gives you the results from combat based on the attacking unit and the defending unit and the terrain that it's in. The terrain codes are at the bottom so you can follow along. And on the back we have the terrain effects chart, which gives you the types of terrain on the map and the cost to move in for each side. And here's a look at the counter sheet that comes with the game. It is only 108 counters, and the Army, Marines, and ARVN units are in green. The NVA are in red. NVA also gets some armor and dummy units, as you can see, and the US forces get helicopter support and artillery. And you also get a casualty records track for the NVA, as well as US and ARVN. Now we'll take a look at the rulebook. It is a 20-page book, and as you can see, small book style format. Starts off with your background, introduction to the game, unit types. Then we have the breakdown of the counters and the counter manifest, map sheet, off map, holding area, sequence of play starts on page 2, and it breaks down all the explanations, goes into movement, terrain effects chart, entering a hex occupied by an enemy unit, non-phasing unit is unspotted, general rules on entering enemy occupied hexes, zones of control and how those are handled in this game. Combat conditions and restrictions, snipers, panic tables, when to check for panic, results of panic, artillery and mortars, tactical airstrikes, hidden units, spotting and dummy markers, engineers' mines, Highway 9, clearing mined hexes, helicopter status display, recon helicopters, electronic spotting procedure, helicopter transportation, landing zones and firebase psychosis. That sounds interesting. Combat helicopters, supply, and then your scenarios start on page 14. So about 14 pages of rules. The rest are scenarios. And we have the assault on Long Vei Special Forces Camp, which is why Long Vei is over on the left-hand side of the map. Historical scenario, ground drive, early assault, and then we have designer's notes starting on page 17, and those carry over to player's notes. And then alternate record keeping, which is optional, and casualty effects chart explained all the way to the back of the book. And that is a look at everything you get inside of Operation Pegasus, a game designed by Perry Moore and published by Task Force Games. This game is no longer in print. There are 2 options of getting it. I believe you can get it at War Game Vault as a print and play, or you can get it on the secondary market, which is how I got this. So keep an eye out for it if this is something that interests you. One of the reasons why I got it is I've had my eye on it for a while. It goes on and off my radar like a lot of games. I get interested in something and then new shiny comes along and I get distracted. Squirrel. And so I kind of forget about games like these. But then I was thinking about it recently, and I was able to get a hold of it, and I didn't hesitate to jump on it, and it is now on the table for you to see. So that way, maybe if this interests you, it'll prompt you to go out and try to find a copy for yourself. Or as I said, go pick up a copy if you are crafty from Wargame Vault. Well, I hope that helps you guys out if you've been curious about this one. If you have any comments or questions, post them down below. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.